You've changed the rules of the game. Targeted individual psychic reading. If you think you might be a TI, you can get these same day guaranteed. They're on sale from £8.50, right? So you've changed the rules of the game, right? Bottom of the deck, we've got Queen of Wands, Queen of Throne of Flame. So followed up by the Two of Wands, Lord of Dominion, Hanged Man in the reverse, Death card, right? So what this feels like is that you've stepped in to that regal Queen of Wands energy. So it's like there's a situation whereby you've been playing by the rules, but nobody else has been. And you've been expected to play by the rules whilst everybody else lies, cheats, and steals. So I don't want to say that you're not playing by the rules anymore, but you're playing by your rules. You've realised I'm a Queen of Wands. I can set the rules if I want to. And this is about breaking some kind of dominion, some kind of control, some kind of legion that have been kind of, for want of a better phrase, whether they're in contact with each other or not, but have been controlling a narrative and been keeping you stuck in this hanged man position. Kind of going, well, this is what I've got, you know, and this is what I've been left with. Yeah, and it's time to shift that. Now, with the death card there, it says child of great transformer. So by stepping into that power, by setting the rules yourself, you've brought in a change. Confirmation sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. We don't do confirmation sneezes. Oh dear. Right. I've got a cat here. I get cat allergies, believe it or not. Yeah, so things are shifting and changing. It's because you've started to step in that power. They're going to try and spin the narrative to make you to be the bad guy, right? If they want you to be the bad guy, be the bad guy. I'm sorry, this is awful content, isn't it? See, normally they attack my throat chakra. It seems the new thing is making me sneeze, so so that I can't get my words out. Yeah, they're going to try and spin it so that you're the bad guy, right? There's rumors and the rumors and lies have already started. I feel like this has already happened. You've already put something in place. You've already changed the rules of the game, and as soon as this has been clocked, the whispering birds have started. The little birds have started. Six of Pentacles. You're going onto material wealth, Lord of material success, right? They've okay. It doesn't really tie in. I've got a tissue. It doesn't really tie in directly. Yes, winner. It doesn't really tie in directly. I forgot what I was going to say now. Bloody hell. Yeah, they've tripped themselves up. Because it feels like you've given people or a situation the benefit of the doubt. You've bent over backwards, and now you've gone, why am I doing this? Why am I bending over backwards for the sake of other people when it's putting me and mine at risk? Okay, so like I say, I'm not saying that you've done anything bad. I'm not saying that you've broken any rules, but it's like you've spent your life having the goalposts shifted. So you've gone, well, I can shift the goalposts as well if you like. Six of Cups, Lord of Pleasure. You're going into a prosperous, pleasurable energy. Then we've got the Seven of Swords in the reverse, Lords of Unstable Effort. So it's in the reverse. So if you've been dealing with periods where you felt unsettled, unstable, etc., that's coming to an end. So case in point with myself being a TI, you know, like I say, with my readings, I can't offer better value than what I do with the guaranteed same days, and I can't. You know what I mean? There's certainly, as far as I'm aware, nobody else who offers it guaranteed same day, and not at that price. And you know, there's been times where it's, you know, I've got loads come through and then they dry up. It's like, again, I've not had any for 2 days. I don't understand it. Most of it is because my content's not being pushed out. So if this was for me, this would be saying that kind of that instability that's coming to an end. Okay, right? They're saying they want you out. They want you out of the picture, and I don't mean necessarily unaliving here. I mean more They want you out of the way. They want you to stay quiet. They want you to stay in your little box. They want you to stay in your little area and play like a good child. Okay, and you've gone, no, I'm a queen. You patronising sods. Six of Swords in the reverse position, Lord of earned success. So that's what they're wanting. They're wanting your success to be capped. I want to use that word. They want to cap your success. And again, it's this Lord of Dominion. What this has got a feel of, right? It's got to feel like a group or a collective, not you, but these attackers, whereby they are hell bent on believing that they're right. And because they believe that they are right, they're going to do everything that they possibly can do to stop you. So, case in point, if you've watched my longer spiritual Karen content, like I say, they're not based on real people, they're an amalgamation, but the situations discussed there and the things that have been said, they are 100% completely true, right? And I've got receipts to back it up. Sick of people not saying this. Now, the people that I've been dealing with in that situation, they're not the same people who I was dealing with, over the last year or so. They've kind of been entwined in it. These people involved this time in this spiritual Karen content, they 100% believe that they are right. Okay. With their beliefs, with the way they treat people, they think that they are on the light side, and they're not. I'm sorry, spiritually torturing somebody and stretching their soul is wrong. Getting somebody's spiritual name and not telling them to stay quiet is wrong. It makes you a bad person. It does not make you on the right side. And then to continue going around trying to manipulate people, trying to get certain people on your side, it's wrong. It's not light side energy by any stretch of the imagination. But these people, they are wholeheartedly believe they are a good person. It's the same with when you get when you get the Christians and they say, well, because I'm a Christian, I'm a good person. Yeah, they're stopping people getting baby formula and stuff like that, as we've seen in America. I'm sorry, it does not make you a good person. Right, so we're going on to the what's the T? Rejected, ghosted hard, ignored and erased. This is somebody that you've rejected. You've said nah. So just using that story again. This person, I said no, fuck off. I'm not doing this anymore. Drama starter, stirs the pot, always in the middle, loves the chaos. Right, this person thinks they're a queen bee. This person thinks that they're the leader of the pack, and they're not. They're leading a band of low hanging fruit, basically. But they think that they're all that, right? They think that they're all that. Don't allow them to get into your head, which is ironic because obviously I'm doing this, aren't I? Clout hungry, viral or nothing, lives for attention, makes shiz up for drama. So there you go. They're making stuff up about you because there's jealousy in regard to your success. There's jealousy in the regard to the way you do things. So rather than kind of going, well, why aren't I as popular? Why aren't I coming up with these good ideas? Why aren't I pushing myself? They're they're making they're going the easy road. They're trying to badmouth you. They're making stuff up. Right. So cock blocking, marrying for money, scarcity tactics. So what this feels like is that this person is blocking your abundance. They're either physically doing it by spreading rumors and lies, or they're using some magic, right? They're using some energy manipulation. Now it's funny because for me, anybody who works with energy is a witch. Now I get people don't want to classify themselves as that. You're quite within your rights to classify yourself as whatever you want to. But for me, at the end of the day, you're a witch because you're playing with magic, you're playing with energy. So there could be some of that, or there could be some both. This person's the kind of person, or they have done, they've married for money. They'd sell their soul for money, right? Scarcity tactics. So what it feels like is that this person is playing the poor me card. Oh, I've got no money. I'm really struggling. I'm not this. You know what I mean? And it's designed to get people to feel sorry for themselves. I mean, that side's less about blocking your abundance, but that's what they're trying to do. Meanwhile, you're hustling, making it rain, focusing on the bag. Money is the mission. Okay, so yeah, just keep hustling the best you can. I know it's difficult. I know it's hard when you put so much time, effort, and energy in something and you don't reap the rewards that you do. But this is part of the game of being a TI, I'm afraid.